Hey guys, welcome to day 69 of my carnivore journey. And I just want to say, guys, thank you all so much for following me. If you stumbled across my channel because of whatever carnivore stuff, welcome. Welcome, and I hope you join our little community here. I just do daily vlogs. I tell you what I'm going through, what I eat, how I feel. I do share some opinions from time to time. I try to give you guys as much insight as I can, things that aren't always talked about. It just depends, depends on and what I come across. It's an emotional roller coaster. So as I ride the roller coaster, I share that information with you guys, and you guys share right back. And it's been a great sort of a group effort to help me lose weight. So day 69, this has been a crazy week. um I feel like, again, I talked about this last night, so I'm not going to go into real major detail, but it's like I started the week with, I had lost 31 pounds so far, and I sort of had that false sense of security. In these last like 3 or 4 days, I've kind of ate probably more calories than I needed to, and I probably ate a little dirtier when it comes to added a lot more cheese back. I added some of the heavy cream back and stuff like that. So I'm starting to dial it back just a little bit. Today for dinner, I actually we'll start with snack. So around 4 o'clock, I had 4 strips of bacon that I warmed up in the microwave. So I crisped them up a little bit for you, and then not for you. I crisped them. I crisped mother. I hate when I can't pronounce a stupid word. Crisped them up for me, not for you. Unless you're coming over for bacon. But no, I did that for me. And so I had 4 pieces of bacon, and then can you believe how long it took me just to talk about that snack from the stupid word? And then I ended up having dinner, and my dinner was 2 quarter-pound, 100% beef hot dogs by Nathan's. Now I know I don't want to hear all the BS about hot dogs and garbage meat and blah blah blah. I don't need to hear it because I wanted to have hot dogs. My family was having hot dogs, so I'm trying to find compromises, right? I live in a divided household. So they want to eat normal, fine, cool. I'm going to work with them and try to eat what I have to eat. And sometimes there's things that we can eat together. So in this case, I had hot dogs. I didn't have buns. And in fact, I did something that I wanted to kind of see if maybe this would be kind of a neat idea. I also had 4 eggs. So what I did is I scrambled them up, and I seasoned them with a little bit of chili powder, garlic, and salt, because I can have those things. And I didn't want to push it for anything else. So I think I just seasoned that stuff up, and I threw in some butter. But I scrambled it all up, and because I wanted to go for almost like a chili flavor, because hot dogs, chili dogs, right? So I thought, maybe the eggs, the scrambled eggs, could act as like chili ish. And the hot dogs, and I could eat a bite of the egg with the hot dog, and it was good. I mean, is it chili? No, but it had a decent flavor. Not bad for my first effort. Probably wasn't like the most appetizing looking, as you can see here, but it was good. It was good. So, and that's, see, is that all I had? I had the 4 pieces of bacon. I had the eggs and hot dogs, and coffee, of course. Coffee. Now I've been slowly sipping. I actually started drinking this a few hours ago, but it's getting cool. But this container keeps it pretty warm. I've just been sipping on it through the day. It's a weekend. So I'm been kind of chilling and doing things around the house, sipping on some coffee, doing some editing. I do want to give a shout out to Rick Van Man. Um, as a lot of you know, there's a lot of you that watch me that came from his channel or that also watch his channel, and then there's some of you that may not have heard of him yet, or just some of you that you know. Either way, I talk about him a lot. He's a good friend. I've gotten to be a really good friends with him in that sense. He's just a good guy, you know, and we were on that same parallel journey, and he was 3 days ahead of me technically. Sometimes it felt like two, but actually I believe it was 3 days ahead of me. And anyways, he announced today that he is going to be on hold with his journey. He is having some gallbladder issues, and so of course I want just to ask all of you out there just to go over to Rick's channel, Rick Van Man. Go over to his channel and just, you know, on his latest video, I think it's day 72. Just give him, like, you know, wish him some good luck, give him some prayers, because you know the man deserves it, and he needs all the support he can get. I know what it's like to have a gallbladder issue. I was having problems off and on with mine, and then one day it just got worse, and it would not get better. So when I went to the emergency room, they said, "You're not leaving because your gallbladder exploded a while back, and your body is trying to wall off infection." So they had to do emergency surgery and go in and get rid of all the garbage and clean everything up, which went well. You know, I got the surgery the next day, and you know, and let me tell you, when I went for the surgery, I'll tell you a quick little story. I they came in, they took me down there, and I hadn't had like any kind of surgery at all in like years, you know. And the last time I ever remember being in surgery, you're laying there on the table, so to speak, and then the anesthesiologist would come in, and they'd put the mask over you, and they'd tell you to breathe and start counting, and then before you know it, you were asleep. So in this case, they wheel me down, and you know they transfer me over onto the table, and they asked me to say, "Hey, can you scooch just a little bit over?" And I did, you know. And like literally, I just like, I swear to God, it's almost like after they asked me to scooch over just a little bit, it's like I closed my eyes and I opened them up. It's like I blinked, and all of a sudden the doctor's sitting there, and I'm just like, and he's just kind of looking at me, and I'm looking at the doctor, and I'm just like, are we gonna, when are we gonna start when are we gonna start? And he was like, "We're done." He's like, "You're in recovery." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Okay." So that's how good it was, like. So as far as I know, he did a good job. I haven't had any problems, you know, after that, as far as anything that seemed to happen. I don't think they left anything inside me or anything. So, but ever since then, I've been living without a gallbladder, but I do know what it's like to have the pains and to go through, and I'm very stubborn about going. So it persisted for a few years for sure, like off and on. And I can't even tell you how long it probably actually went on for. But eventually, you know, I had to go. And so, like I said, guys, I hope he continues to eat carnivore. I don't know what he's going to do or what he needs to eat. It's possible he was told maybe by a medical person that, hey, you know, eat this stuff here or something. I don't know. But for whatever reasons, you know, he's gonna probably hold off on daily vlogs and whatnot. So we just wanted to make sure we pass our love to him, because again, he's been nothing but supportive, and he's really sent a lot of people my way. He's just been such a good, like I said, such a good person. So guys, thank you all so much for anything you can do to go over and send him some love. And if you haven't seen his daily vlog and you're watching mine, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. So, but no, I really do pray for Rick, and I think things will work out no matter what, and we'll see how that goes for him. Okay. So back to day 69. Tomorrow's day 70. So, what are my plans for the future? Again, I think that I'm gonna try to find a way to balance things, but I also want to keep going with carnivore as much as I can. I think we're gonna try to make it to day 90. And I know I get mixed comments all the time, right? All the time. I even joke about that, how there's just all these different types of comments. I don't I know it's like it's hard to please everybody, but so I'm just kind of doing my thing. So, and some people will tell me, they're like, Josh, you don't worry about anybody else. Do your thing. But the reason why I say this is because, you know, there's some people that are just like, hey, you know, blah blah blah. You know, I just eat meat all the time now, and you know, I understand that. I get it. I would love to say that by now I'm that way. We're almost to day 70, and but I still have the desire to have some variety in my food. I'm sorry. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to quit carnivore. It's just that from time to time, yeah, I'm going to do something keto, or I'm going, you know what I mean? I'm going to try to find a variation of the ingredients to change things up. And I will. I'm going to continue to change things up from time to time. But probably, I would say over this next coming up week, I am going to be pretty boring, because I am going to probably try to get back to just a clean BBBE next week. Just because, you know, this week has been mostly dirty. The hot dogs and scrambled eggs, again, a little dirt, but not too bad. I don't feel bloated. You know, everything feels good. And by the way, uh, those tortilla shells that I ate, and I told you guys the effects of that. Well, the follow-on effects was I had a ton of gas. Holy moly. I had a ton of gas last night. And then I woke up this morning with a little bit of gas. And we're talking some major rippers, man. So, yeah, just that little bit of carbs and fiber and, you know, whatever other stuff was hidden in there or whatever in those simple little street taco tortillas that were supposed to be keto friendly. My body was like, almost literally, right? So I just thought I'd pass on that info for you guys. So these are starting to become some pretty good deterrents between how sugar made me feel, between how these keto tortillas made me feel. But I have had some good suggestions in the comments for some additional egg wrap type stuff. Okay. So don't think I'm not going to go explore those options as well, guys. I do read your comments. I've been trying to comment on a lot of things. I had a lot of great comments, really good suggestions. So, anyways, guys, tomorrow is day 70. We're going to crank that 6 over to a 7. That's going to put us like 20 days to the first major goal. So, all right, guys, we will see you tomorrow, day 70, guys. See you later.